What if you had a digital colleague who could also do this kind of work and look at all of these service requests, right? So I think, Lacey, it's time for you to meet your first digital colleague, the service triage expert. So now what you're actually seeing here behind us is actually into the mind of the digital worker itself. It's showing you the steps it's taken, that it has reasoned about what it needs to do. And just like Lacey did, right? It starts by actually accessing information about the service request and the history of this asset and so on. It realizes it needs to classify this in terms of how critical it is, looks at the different options, does the classification, reads the manuals, adds additional jobs to be done to actually correct this problem. And then it actually hands over to something called a confidence agent, which is kind of like a digital worker checking a digital worker. So it's checking how confident it is in its analysis, and with the confidence actually being high enough, it goes ahead and releases this service request. If we look at that last step where it says recording explanation, this is something that the digital worker does in order to provide an auditable track record of what it has done, as well as the reasoning and motivation for why it did the things that it did. If we look at this particular example, it is saying it has changed the urgency from a 3 to a 2, and it explains why it actually made this change.